and welcome back to another video. As you can see, this is going to be another UpCrate art supplies unboxing video. This will be the third box that I've had from this company, and I've had colour pencils and marker pens and lots of supplies so far in the two previous boxes. Very happy with the value for money that I've received so far. For those of you that haven't seen it before, UpCrate is an art subscription box based in Germany in Europe. It ships worldwide for free, so therefore makes excellent value for money wherever you are. Costs, if I remember rightly, €19 for a monthly rolling subscription, and then there are discounts for 3 and 6 9-month subscriptions. I currently just take the 1-month rolling subscription, so I'm free to cancel if I choose to do so. Last two boxes I've worked out with an approximate £30 sterling value, and as that costs, I think it costs me about £17 something, I think, with the exchange rate, so it's represented value for money for the previous 2 months. I will link to the website down below in the description, and I did have all the details up on the screen on the first box that I received, but I'm not going to run through all that again. I don't want to have to do that every month, but it's very clear on the website if you want to take a look down there. I have no idea what's in this. It's arrived today. It's quite weighty. It feels like there's something quite bulky on this side here, but I have no idea. So we'll get on with opening it. As always, it's made up to look like a treasure chest. The logo is this sort of little pirate face logo for the company. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. So, as always, we have a little personalised letter in here, and this will explain all the different things that are in the box. This, as you can see, it's their 5th box. I started with box number 3, and there are little bits and pieces in here. It's going to be some stickers and things like that, and all our products wrapped up there in the box. So let's get in here, have a little look what's inside. I will refer to this once I've finished. I don't really want to spoil the surprise of what I'm going to be pulling out of the box. So I'm going to just pop the letter to one side with all the info. And in here, as in previous months, we've got some stickers and a postcard and... Okay, so that looks like it's a spare nib for a pen of some description. So I'm going to be careful not to lose that. And got a couple of little binder clips. Quite cute. We've had paper clips in the past, and we had a little Christmas pen as well. So let's get bold and creative. That's our artwork postcard by the featured artist this month is Swatching, I'm going to guess. And there's all the information there for Instagram and Facebook and everything. Little sticker with a quote. We've got a sticker with the logo on and artwork that matches the postcard. The sticker, a couple of stickers there, branded with Dupe Pro writing tools. So I'm guessing there's something in here that fits from that, that's from that company. I'm wondering, is that what the pen is, the pen nib is for? And then this is the UpCrate battle card. Each month they have a challenge on Instagram. You use the products that are in the box, create a piece of artwork on a topic. This month's battle topic is Think New. So we shall see how that goes. And underneath our little package, this is another artwork by Swatching, and a little bio, some information. Swatching, a 23-year-old designer and illustrator from Hamburg, love using bold colours, geometric shapes and characters and constructing positive illustrations out of them. So Lots of information, a bit of information about what's in the box. Don't want to read into that too closely at the moment. But looking at this artwork, I'm guessing that there is probably going to be some sort of pens again, possibly some crayon. Hard to tell, but this artwork will have been created using products that are in the box. We've also got some information here. UpCrate presents Dupe Pro writing tools. And indeed, they create water-based markers and they have extra nibs for markers. So I'm guessing that's what is going to be in the box. And this, we've always got some card or paper. Have I got 3 sheets here? 3 sheets of what seems to be a really good heavyweight watercolour cardstock. Smoother on one side than the other. But that will work well. Obviously, if we've got water-based markers, good watercolour cardstock is what we're going to need to work with those. So I'm going to open up the little tissue paper package. Everything wrapped nice and securely. Nice that it's not rattling around in the box. And yeah, we've got a whole selection of assorted things. So I'm going to start with these dupe water-based markers and pull out what I can see of those. So it looks like there are different nib sizes. Okay, so we have a black in a 2.0 nib size. And then, actually I really like that colour palette. These are all 4.0. And we've got a white, like a royal blue, a teal colour, orange and a skin tone. So those are really useful. So let's just take a little look at the size of the nib. So there's your 2.0 nib size. And nice firm lid. There's a 4.0, which I'm guessing, yeah, the replacement nib that we have is a 4.0. And looking at them, they're double-ended. So as with some of the larger Posca markers, if one end gets worn, you can pull it out and flip it round and use the other end. So I'm assuming that that's how these will work. So also in the pack, what do we have here? Some Cores or Cores fine liner pens, a 0.4mm nib on those. Ideal for fine writing, sketching or drawing, suitable for use with rulers and stencils, ventilated cap. And it says intensive colours. So I'm guessing to use along with the broad markers for colouring, we've then got these fine liners for adding some finer detail. Okay, they've got a triangular barrel. I've got some of they're like the Stapler Tri Plus, they have a triangular barrel. Quite comfortable to hold. And yeah, fine liner pen. We'll swatch out the colours in a moment. I mean, fairly standard range of colours there, 10 in the pack. But, you know, not had something like that before. So that's something a little different. And what else do we have in here? 3 more items. So we have a paintbrush, an UpCrate synthetic brush, and that's got an angled tip on it. So I'm assuming for blending out the watercolour markers. I'm not sure whether the fine liners will be water soluble or not. I have some from Arteza that are water soluble. So we've got that, and we've got 2 pencils. So we've got the Stabilo Swan 04906 HB pencil with an eraser. So guess just your standard HB pencil. And then this is a Stapler Mars Lumograph in black, an 8B, so super soft. I tend to get in a bit of a smudgy mess with the very soft pencils, but I'll give it a go. You know, they're a good brands, Stabilo and Stapler. There's nothing wrong with those, but there we go, 2 pencils. and a paintbrush, and that is it. So let's just move the box out of the way. Just pop those into shot a little better, and we'll get on with reading the information that comes with the products. So we have the, now I'm saying that this is dupe. I think that does actually say Loop. Looking at it now, Loop Pro Writing Tools. So they are colours acrylic marker, 4mm. 4mm thick markers provide vibrant colours for a variety of creative uses. Water-based pigment ink is light, fast and water resistant once dry. When the ink is still wet, they can be mixed together or spread on the surface. So that does sound like a Posca pen, to be fair, rather than a water-based marker, like a watercolour marker. Little information, yeah, check out, there's a link to a video, there always is, and you can work with a brush while the acrylic ink is still wet. Shake the pen to a count of 10 and then pump to get the ink to flow as you would with a Posca pen. Then we've got a 2mm acrylic marker in black for finer lines, and it is Loop, not a dupe, it is a Loop. Available in other tip sizes such as a 1mm and a 10mm. Yeah, so a sort of comprehensive range of pens there, and quite a range of colours as well, which is nice. They're not, not just the bright colours. There's some quite nice subtle soft tones in there. Where there is a replacement tip. They carry a well thought out assortment of replacement nibs. And as I stated before, yeah, you can turn it around and use the other end. A synthetic dagger brush, medium handled dagger brush with fine fibres. So suitable for acrylics, oil, etc. So yeah. And the paper is a Vang Universal Paper 300 GSM. Suitable for all wet media, including acrylic, gouache and watercolour. Can be used on both sides with different textures. Front side is a fine-grained surface. The back is a flat matte surface, which makes it easier to erase charcoal. And paper is glued on 4 sides, so I'm guessing, yeah, it comes in a pad, a glued pad. 100% cellulose pulp with a chlorine-free brightness, acid-free, neutral pH, superior archival and light fast properties. The fine liners, K-line fine liners, have a unique design with a triangular barrel, metal clad tip which is super fine, and they're available in sets of 4, 12 and 10. Their gimmick this time, the little fold back binder clips, Mars Lumograph, it does say 6B it says on here, but then the picture shows an 8B. Mine is an 8B, so I'm guessing that that is a typo. High quality drawing pencil with a special lead formulation with a high proportion of carbon. High break resistance. Yeah, so it's an 8B pencil, and then we've got a graphite pencil, an HB, classic red pencil with an eraser. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice selection. I like these very much. The fine liners, I don't know, I don't use those too much myself, to be fair, but I'm sure I'll find a way of incorporating those in with the other products. I don't have an angled dagger paintbrush, I don't think. It's not a shape that I've got, so that will come in handy. And the pencils, they will come in handy. I don't know how often I will use that 8B. As I say, I tend to get in a bit of a mess with the very soft pencils, but we'll see. I'll take a look at some prices online, and if I can find a reasonable average price, I will pop that up as captions throughout the video as I was showing you things. So let's have a little swatch of the pens that we've got. And I'm going to do that on some of this. I'll use the smoother side. Yeah, I think I'll use the smoother side. Obviously, I need to give these pens a good shake and get them working. So I will get all of these pens primed and ready to go, and then I'll come back to you. So I've primed all the pens and I'm ready to go. This is the watercolour card that came in the pack. I've also got, this is the mixed media paper that I swatched out some watercolours on the other day. So I want to see how opaque these markers are. So I thought it would be interesting to try them on black as well as white. And I've got my paintbrush because I'm just going to have a go at blending the colours out and see what happens. So we'll begin with the black marker. These were easy to get primed, shake them and then pump them a couple of times and the ink was flowing. And that sort of creates a sort of medium thickness line. And you can indeed fade that colour out with some water. So let's try the blue next. And obviously these are the slightly thicker nibs. Nice, bright, vivid colours. And we'll just try that on this black as well. And looking pretty opaque while it's still wet. We'll see how it dries out. Then again, if we can just add some water and blend that colour out to a wash, and it keeps its colour, keeps a nice vivid bright blue. Next up is this nice orange. And again, looking reasonably opaque there while it's still wet. And just blending that colour out again with some clear water. And it is quite a nice soft gradient. They work quite well there. Next was the skin tone. It is unusual to see a flesh tone in this type of marker. Obviously a paler colour, so it kind of washes out quite a bit. Should be able to add a little more, make the colour a bit stronger, see how that goes. But that, a good general skin tone there. Next up is this teal colour, one of my favourite colours, teal. And again, seems to be standing up really well on the darker coloured card. And blend out really nicely with that water. And then finally the white, which I'm only going to try that here on this black. It's not going to show up on the watercolour card. But impressively, a good opaque coverage there on the dark colour. And as it's drying, it is staying really well pigmented. So they are comparable to a good Posca pen there, very good. And I do like the way that you can blend them out with the water. I'm sure you probably can do that with the Posca pens, but it's not something that I've tried. But they work really well with the paintbrush and some water there. So I'll just move this out of the way. and we'll swatch out the fine liner pens underneath. And it's, you know, a pretty standard range of colours. We've got the black, a brown. Really don't need to tell you the names of the colours, it's quite obvious what they are. Well, that purple one appears to be dry, so that's not a good point for that. I mean, I don't know. Just try wetting the nib on it. No, that one appears to be dried up, so not impressed about that. We've got a blue. Two shades of green. Got an orange and a yellow. And then we've got a deep pink colour. And a red. It definitely doesn't look... No, that purple one definitely not working there. And then with the pencils, obviously an HB pencil. I mean, it is creates quite a dark line. It is quite soft, but it's a nice pencil. And then our 8B, very, very black. You know, able to create different gradients. Obviously smudge and blend, but especially I think if we were to use the other side, we'd be able to pick up some of the texture on the paper. And create some sort of shadows or something in a sketch. So, as I say, I'll check out the prices, see where we are value for money. I'm really happy with these chunky markers. The fine liners, not so much. They don't really thrill me too much, and disappointing that one of them isn't working. I'll contact customer service and see what they say, and let you know what their customer service is like, because I've had no need to get in touch with them up to this point. So let's see how they respond to that. The paintbrush and the pencils are just good basic staples for art supplies. Nice that they've put in an extra pen nib for the marker pens, and the little clips, they'll come in handy. I use that sort of thing all the time for holding things together. The watercolour card seems nice. I don't really include that in the value. To me, that's just an added extra that they pop in, as with the stickers and the postcard and everything. But I'm sure that the value will probably be approximately the same as what it has been in the past. You know, we'll see. It's the third box. I like the colour range of these. I am less impressed with this one than I was with last month's, but that's just me. Everybody likes different types of products. And the fine liners, I know they are pretty good for colouring in like the adult colouring books, because they tend not to soak through to the other side of the page. I was going to just see whether or not they were water soluble. Yes, they are. So yeah, you can blend them out. They're very much then like the Arteza Inconic pens. So that's interesting. that they are indeed a water-soluble ink, and quite a pretty colour when they're blended out. Hello, just popping back again for a quick UpCrate update. I did contact them regarding the pen that wasn't working in the set of fine liners. I emailed via the website and I got a response literally 2 minutes later, which for a Sunday evening, 10 out of 10 for responsiveness there. Had their apologies, and they asked would it be all right if they sent me out a replacement in my next box. I've said I'm quite happy for them to do that, because I am indeed continuing with the subscription for the time being. I'm sure if it was the case that I wasn't having another box, that we would have come to some arrangement for them to either send it out separately or offer something. I'm sure they would have done, but I just wanted to let you know, obviously this is the first time I've had to contact their customer service, and I can't fault that. They replied immediately and have offered me a solution. So we'll, fingers crossed they remember, and when my next month's box comes, there should be a replacement fine liner in there. We'll wait and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I shall get on with having a go at the challenge again this month. The Think New topic is one that's it's making me ponder. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go with that, but I do want to have a go. I have had a go of the last 2 months UpCrate battles, and I've shared my work on Instagram for those 2 challenges, and that's where I'll share my work again this time. But as I say, for now, I just wanted to pop in and let you know that they had indeed replied to my query about the pen. And fingers crossed everything's going to be good next month. But for now, that's all. Bye.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure.